My husband, 2 lives? The shocking secret I uncovered. It's hard to even know where to begin. 11 years. That's how long I've been tangled up with Mark. We were kids practically when we started dating in high school, married for almost 3. 11 years to build a life, a history, a lie. Looking back, the red flags were waving a goddamn parade from day one. He was always secretive, a closed book, and a liar. Small lies, mostly. Like telling me he was working late when he was really out with friends, or promising to call and then conveniently forgetting. I justified it. Teenagers lie, right? Everyone does it. And he could be so charming, so attentive sometimes. Enough to keep me hooked. The manipulation, that was subtler. Gaslighting, I guess you'd call it now. Making me question my own memory, my own sanity. Are you sure that's what I said? You're being too sensitive. I brushed it off as just part of his personality. We were young, we'd grow, but then came the anniversary. Last year. Our 2nd anniversary. We planned a weekend getaway, a romantic cabin in the woods. Instead, he spent half the time glued to his phone, whispering in the bathroom. I tried to ignore it, tried to enjoy the scenery, the supposed us time. I found out later, of course. The texts, the photos, the other woman, Sarah. He swore it was a mistake. Alcohol. Weakness. He begged for forgiveness. I, like a fool, gave it to him. Maybe it was the years invested, maybe it was the fear of being alone. Maybe it was just plain stupidity. We started working on it, couples therapy, date nights, promises, empty promises. Because behind my back, he was still texting her, still seeing her. I found the burner phone hidden in the garage. The lies started piling up again, choking me. I started making my own plans. I was in my last year of nursing school. 1 more semester and I'd be done. I'd have my degree, my own income, my freedom. I told myself I could survive until then. Just a few more months. I'd grin and bear it, play the dutiful wife, and then vanish. That was the plan. Until I stumbled across something that shattered everything I thought I knew about him. I was borrowing his laptop to work on a paper. He left himself logged into everything. I wasn't snooping, not at first, but then I saw it. A notification from an app I'd never heard of Fetlife. Curiosity, or maybe morbid fascination, got the better of me. I clicked, and I fell down a rabbit hole so dark, so twisted, it made my stomach churn. His profile. Photos I'd never seen before, carefully cropped to hide his face. Descriptions of things, kinks, fantasies. Things he'd never breathed a word of to me. He was looking for women-only glory holes. He was meeting women on his lunch breaks for quick hookups. He was attending orgies, hotel orgies. And then I saw the foot fetish. Photos, dozens of them, my feet. Feet of other women. Close-ups, obsessive. Disgusting. He'd always shut down any attempts I made to spice things up. Years ago, I'd suggested trying roleplay, different positions, just anything to break the routine. He'd gotten angry, accused me of being weird, and shut me down completely. But this hidden world of depravity, it was like he was a completely different person. There was more. His OnlyFans subscriptions. Accounts dedicated to women with specific talents. And the social media. The endless stream of flirtatious messages, the suggestive comments. Even with women who worked at the same hospital as me, women I knew. How could he? How could he be so brazen? So careless? I felt like I was going to be sick. I found out he had opened the profile just days after he proposed. I was so in love. I said yes in a heartbeat. And he was out there doing this. I lost my virginity to this man. All those firsts. All those years wasted. I felt like I had been living in a movie theater. The big screen playing out the romance while in reality behind me, the theater was abandoned and falling apart. The signs were there, I knew it. The constant criticism, the emotional neglect, the general rudeness. I'd always attributed it to stress, to him being a man. Now, it was clear. He was just an asshole. When I finally confronted him, I was shaking so hard I could barely speak. I showed him the screenshots, the profile, the messages. Why? I managed to croak out. Why would you do this to me? He just stared at me, his face blank. I don't want to talk about it, he mumbled, turning away. That was it. No explanation, no apology, just nothing. I was done. I couldn't even stand to be in the same room as him. His voice grated on my nerves. His touch made my skin crawl. I was completely repulsed. And despite everything he had ever done to me, I had never felt this way before. I thanked God, silently, that we never had children. We had tried, briefly, early on, but it never happened. And then there was the false positive. The brief moment of joy, followed by his cold, heartless reaction. We can't, he'd said. I have to take care of my family. He meant his mother and siblings. It stung like a slap in the face. I thought I was his family. That was the day I knew, deep down, that I could never truly trust him. That was the day I secretly vowed to never have his children. But at the time, I was too weak to leave. I felt that now, no matter what, nothing could keep me here anymore. Now, I have my escape plan, my degree, my future, one more semester, and then I'm gone. I'm not waiting a moment longer. I'm out of this twisted, miserable excuse for a marriage, and I'm never looking back.